All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm speaking to today, I'm seeing that you are on a path of moving forward, maybe in a particularly forward moving part of your life. Many of you could be literally moving or traveling or kind of just, I'm hearing like going to another place, kind of on the go. But for others of you, things are just sort of moving forward in your life. And I'm seeing that in particular, you're moving on from some type of disappointment. Could be a heartbreak or betrayal for some of you, but for many of you, I'm just seeing that something you really were putting your energy towards just maybe wasn't working out the way that you had hoped. And there's this feeling of I need to move on to go to where I can really be loved or where I can really be appreciated. And it could have taken you some time to kind of realize I need to move on. I need to move towards something else. But ultimately, I see you kind of making that choice and opening up to something new. In the recent past, it looks like there was something that was upsetting for you. And then I see you really trying to find a way to relax, remove yourself from that situation, and finding an opportunity to kind of heal and move forward. So I'm going to dive more into these energies in a moment, but before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for receiving this reading. If you would like a personal reading, I do offer them. You can email me. My email is down below in the description box. And if this reading resonates with you, please like and subscribe. That helps me connect with your energy so I can create readings that resonate even more for you, and especially the subscription is important. I recently realized that only 1/5 of the people who watch my videos regularly subscribe, so please definitely subscribe to receive regular updates. And yeah, let's get into it. So let's take a look at your recent past, Sagittarius. Something could have been said that didn't really sit right with you, or there was some type of communication that made you feel like, can I really trust these people that I'm around? Do they really care for me? Do they really have my best interests at heart? There could be this feeling of wanting to distance yourself from someone just because they're not returning the level of care or love that you're putting in, and kind of feeling like, if this is confusing to me, or if we're just kind of going in circles here, then that could be a sign that it's not right for me. There was something within that was upsetting for you. And I see you kind of taking a breather, taking a chance to rest from whatever that is and really think about, what does this kind of mean for me? I see you kind of accepting the fact that you needed a change. There may have been something you were committed to that you realize, okay, this isn't working and I need to take it in a different direction. You may have kind of realized that something you believed in, you don't believe in anymore. There was some sort of spiritual shift within you, and not just a spiritual shift, but a sense of your values themselves either changing or realizing that your values were not aligned with someone or something else, and being like, I actually need to kind of pivot and move in a different direction. But like I said, that comes with a certain level of acceptance from you of, I'm not even going to worry about it. I sort of know what I need to do here. And it's like, as soon as you sort of had this realization, a different opportunity presented itself. Let's take a look at that. You're kind of showing me that you realized how much something had to offer to you, and it wasn't as much as you wanted, or it wasn't something that was going to fully fulfill your heart. You come through as the Queen of Cups, and whatever this was kind of offering you the Page, and so it wasn't really matching your heart space the way that you wanted it to, and you're kind of showing me I'm making an executive decision to close that out. It could have been in a connection with someone else. You literally felt like you were mismatched in some way, and you're showing me that you're still kind of looking for the connection or the space, the environment that's actually going to kind of match your energy. And you're just kind of putting your foot down and saying whatever it was that I was involved in was not serving me. And so it comes through in a steady and sort of very confident, almost like I just know what's right for me and I just know that this isn't going to meet me where I'm at. You're showing that you might feel like you're at a bit of a higher level than the people around you in some way, or and not even in like a negative way like you're better than them, but just literally that the energy is mismatched and you're still waiting for an energy to come through that could match you, which is interesting. And I see that you are kind of just moving forward in the current energy, you're moving on. There could be some sort of healing that you're going through or some type of experience that you're having within yourself that's sort of separate from anyone else or anything else. It's very personal to you with the moon here. Let's take a look at that moon card. You're showing me a deep commitment to love and effort within love. And you're kind of showing me if it's not that, if it's not the level of effort and commitment and care that I'm putting in, if the people around me or the things around me, the energies around me are not able to put in genuine love, genuine effort, genuine work towards the care that we have for each other, then I need to move on. I need to find love that will fulfill me, love that will sustain me, love that will reciprocate, love that will put in effort. Yeah, you're showing me just that search for reciprocation, that search for a divine match. And even if you're not necessarily looking for a romantic relationship or that just doesn't really resonate with you, it's not just confined to romance. It's friendship, it's family, it's community, it's coworkers, it's anyone that can come around you and really show up, really put in the effort, really show you what they're made of. And it's sort of like you have this inner knowing that there is love out there for you that's going to match you, that there's someone or something out there that's going to put in the work, that's going to put in the effort. Even if you can't quite see it right now, there's this feeling of I have to move towards that, even if I don't know exactly what it is. And part of that means leaving behind maybe something that you did love and maybe something that you were putting your energy into. And it's like you ask yourself, is this really putting the same energy into me? And I see you kind of realizing, no, it's not putting the same energy into me. It's not giving me the same love. It's not giving me that reciprocation. And so I'm going to move on. And there may be people or things in your life that you're cutting out that don't even fully realize that they're getting cut out, but you kind of know deep within yourself anything that's not returning my energy just won't get the same level of effort from me. And so you are moving on sort of emotionally and kind of detaching from anything that isn't serving you, without those other things around you necessarily even being fully aware of that process. And it's kind of like the pieces come together slowly and slowly and slowly. And then one day you wake up and it's all sort of that way. Your life actually looks quite different, even though day to day the changes were incremental. Yeah, there's some type of death process. You're cutting something off, you're asserting your truth, and it takes place over time. It's a death process that kind of occurs over time. And it might feel slow, it might feel like nothing's really happening day to day, but you're actually moving through this sort of spiritual process of stepping into your truth and stepping into your power by cutting out what isn't working for you. And over time, you start to kind of see the results of that effort, of that death process. And some of it might get sort of discussed, and others of it, it's just felt. There are parts of it that are just felt over time. Endings that one day you look back at and you're like, yeah, that did end. I can't point my finger and say exactly when it was that it ended, but it did end. I see you kind of struggling with love, and not struggling with it in the physical, but struggling with the idea of love, struggling to believe in love, struggling to believe that you're really going to find a stable partner or a stable connection or a stable friendship. You're kind of showing me that you're on this constant healing process of releasing the stress that other people caused you. And that makes sense if you're someone who is constantly taking care of other people, or there is an imbalance and it doesn't feel like people are reciprocating to you. If you're feeling like you've constantly given to other people, it's going to be quite an intense healing journey to start to cut that off and give that love to yourself. And it's sort of like a package deal where you go through this painful experience, and at the same time that you're going through the painful experience, you're challenged to love yourself through that experience. And part of loving yourself is believing that you're capable of love, and believing that you're capable of healthy love, and believing that other people are capable of loving you, that love isn't always going to be a struggle. There could be some limiting beliefs in there around love and stability, that could be kind of holding on tight to you, or you could be holding on tight to those beliefs without even really realizing it. And it comes from those disproportionate connections, those unbalanced connections. And I'm seeing that it's not just one. It could be a group of people, it could be a family dynamic, it could have been a friend group or multiple friend groups or multiple individual friends you had, where it just never really felt like you were being loved and cared for the way you loved and cared for other people. And so you're kind of on this healing journey as you move forward of releasing the stress and the anxiety that those people kind of left you with. And especially if you're feeling kind of stressed out of nowhere, or you're just feeling a lot of stress and you feel disconnected from yourself, it's important to remember that those energies may not be entirely yours. They could be energies from other people that you've picked up over time that you're taking with you. And it's important to release that to the universe, and release that to your guides, and release that back out of your body, so that you're not holding it in and kind of making yourself sick with stress. And so part of your healing process is going to be taking a look at yourself and asking, what do I need to release? What are energies that other people left me with that aren't really serving me? And as you start to kind of examine those limiting beliefs around love and stability and what's possible for you, that's when you start to kind of balance out your energy and get more in touch with yourself. Yeah, someone or multiple people left you with feelings around connections, or experiences around connections, where it just felt like you were not getting what you deserved, and you may be really kind of hard on yourself or hard on those other people about that experience. And there's a pain there and a disappointment there of like, I really love those people, why couldn't we balance, or why wasn't it balanced out? And there's some disappointment around, really wishing that could have felt better, that it could have gone better, or maybe something kind of backfired and everything sort of fell apart. There's some wounds from your past, and specifically past relationships, that are asking for you to be worked through. And if you're wondering kind of, where do I start with that healing, well, look at what hurts. What is upsetting you, and can you comfort that part of yourself? Can you sit with that part of yourself? Can you let yourself feel those feelings? Can you think about kind of what happened there from a more objective kind of bird's eye view? Can you zoom out and see the whole picture? And can you comfort yourself within that picture? And can you kind of examine where those limiting beliefs might be? Because I see you might kind of also struggle to receive love as well, and struggle to allow people to love you in a way too. And if you tell yourself that, you're never going to be loved the same way you love other people, or that it just doesn't really work out, that's going to be a limiting belief that starts to manifest in your life as well. So it's important to kind of face those beliefs head on. Let's get 3 cards of advice for you, Sagittarius. There's love around you, but you might not see it. There's love that's trying to come in, and there's love that you might be wanting to express, but you might be feeling kind of disconnected from it at this time. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's my cat in her litter box. There's communication coming in. There's love that's trying to reach you, but you don't quite see it yet. It's either not there on your horizon, or you're so in sort of some of these limiting beliefs around love. You could be so focused on the past that you don't actually see what's coming in, because I see that there's an energy that you're going out to meet that's coming in to meet you, and it's gonna match you and it's gonna feel really good to your heart, but you might not be totally connected to it if you're in that headspace of struggling with love and having these limiting beliefs around love. So try to stay open and try to keep your heart open, and try to remember that love feels good, that love is simple. It's not going to be confusing, it's not going to take you away from yourself, it's going to help you feel more aligned, and that's how you'll know that it's right for you without a shadow of doubt. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope that this helps. I hope that this resonates, and I'll see you next time.